Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel Trading Secrets. This channel is for entertainment purposes only. For those of you who do not know, my name is Ali. I have over 20 years experience teaching accounting, economics, business and law. Through this channel I'll be providing some stock analysis and a quick update on the $1 million challenge. So if anybody's not aware of this is a journey of an investment of $1,000 to a return of $1 million over a period of 3 years using a strategy called compound return investing. So the objective is try to get 201 trades, each with an average return of 3.5%. It's not 201 consecutive trades, we do take into account losses. So for further details about how to join us for a little as $9 a month, information is available in the description below. In the previous video we looked at MMTLP and the focus was on looking at an update with regard to the OG whale investors and the amount of shares they have. In today's video there's going to be a further development. The OGs have had some additional buys, so I'm going to be sharing them with you shortly. And the other update in today's video is also going to be for ticker symbol MULN, Mullen Automotive, so stay tuned for that. First of all, I'm going to share with you a headline with regard to the market. We can see here in terms of stock market news, good news here. Obviously, we did have bad news with Facebook, or should we say Meta, and as well as that bad news with regard to Amazon. But when it comes to Apple, there was good news. So headline here, stocks push higher as Apple. Good news. So the impact on the overall market here at time of editing, apart from Amazon there, which is down quite significantly, close to 10%. Was also down yesterday, is we can see the vast majority is green. So Apple is doing exceptionally well, Microsoft is up, Google is up, and obviously there is still some green, vast amount of green there which we haven't seen, so long may this continue. So we're going to start by having a look at the chart for MMTLP. So before we have a look at the chart, I'm just going to share with you a post with regard to the Alpha Stock Genius Foodster, who we can see here in the post and in the video, his latest video here, he stated that he sold out at 558. So what I've posted here is Alpha Stock Dog Swinging Genius sold at 558 and said get out to his followers. So good luck to all the followers who got out, start chasing, we're not waiting. So if you remember, one of these previous video to the one currently out also stated that the squeeze is over, but now he's saying the squeeze is back on. So at time of editing we can see it was trading around about $6.30. so if this has gone higher at close of play in terms of the market, I'll try and share you the latest chart, but right now at time of editing it's up close to 5%, so certainly doing well. And but what I now like to do is share with you the 5-day chart, sorry, not the 5-day chart, the 1 month chart. So we have a look at the 1 month chart from MMTLP. We can see tremendous movement up. We did get hit earlier in October in excess of $7. We are certainly heading towards there now, but overall of the previous month the stock is up well in excess of 300%. First development I'd like to share with you is with regards to some additional pictures and satellite photos. So shout out here to Seaplant, and he's posted it earlier today after much investigation and a better satellite photo with the help of the Bird Lady. We're not drilling the Johnson well, we are drilling the University Nextbridge B46 well, and it's only fitting that we will start with the Nextbridge hydrocarbon well first. So we have an image there highlighted in the square indicated by a yellow, some yellow lines, and we have the coordinates there. So that's good. Let's now have a quick look at the images as a close-up. So you can see here we've got the coordinates there confirming it is the Nextbridge hydrocarbons B46, I think, well, and the other picture here we can see is for the area in the Permian here, identifying the university land. So again, excellent DD and positive news in terms of what this means. Again, in terms of if drilling is being carried out, we can only speculate, and I think all speculation is, from this point of view, is going to be good speculation. What I'd now like to do is provide an update on some of the figures from yesterday's video. So if you remember in yesterday's video, one of the things I focused on is showing the total amount of shares held by the OG whale investors. So we're looking at Greg, John Berder, William and David. So David has now reached out to me today to provide a further update, and he's asked me to share this with you. So first of all, in terms of the update, is what he stated here. You can see in terms of what he's selling, he's prepared to sell at $75 approximately 226,000 shares, which will cover the original first investment, and that represents approximately 2% of his current holding. After that, he's stated that David and William are looking not to sell for a price below $300. So in terms of other updates, the total holding that David now has is 11.89 million shares. And what he's stating here is that William bought yesterday 70,000 more shares, and David bought an additional 80,000 shares. So what that basically means in terms of the total number that have been provided with regard to William, that is now 17 million. So William now has 17 million shares, David has 11.89 million shares, and whenever there's a short attack, whenever there is a significant dip, they will be adding. And the final message with regard to a question that I asked them in terms of NextBridge and what they're looking at. So one of the things that we discussed was the benefits of carrying you forward your investment into NextBridge. So the benefit here is certainly going to be from the point of view of tax. So obviously if you sell, you're going to be paying a significant amount of capital gains tax, obviously subject to where you live. But if you get a share swap into another company, obviously one of the major players, then that will certainly have tax benefits because you will have the shares, and then it's up to you when you sell the shares. Another benefit of that is you could continue to hold them and subject to lower capital gains tax. Certainly for people in the USA, you will qualify for lower capital gains tax if you hold them for a year. So good advantages and benefits certainly here if you hold through to NextBridge. What I'd now like to do is provide an important update for ticker symbol MULN, Mullen Automotive. This is a stock that has been featured on a number of occasions on the channel, and in the previous update I also talked about their plans for European expansion with regard to retail sales being delivered into Europe in 2022, end of this year, December. So check out the previous video. So what I'd now like to do is give a shout out here to the channel Stock Investor Daily, and they just carried out an interview here with the MULN CEO, which I also listened to, and it was very, very informative and definitely worth checking out. So obviously the CEO here, you can see, is David Mitchery. So he did answer some very important questions, and the information he provided will certainly give you good reasons to invest. So here you can see one of the cars. They also announced in there, one of the things I was quite impressed with is that they're going to share with us very soon delivery figures for vans that have been ordered, so that's going to be positive. But the other thing I'd like to share with you in terms of one of the important things picked up from this interview here is an interesting comparison with Fisker. So let's have a look at this comparison, and we saw here Fisker is currently looking at a market cap of around about $2 billion. And just acquired a factory, no cars. So no cars, no production, no sales. MULN Automotive, currently trading as a penny stock, has a market cap of $126 million, winning the bankruptcy auction. So there was an acquisition there that created a little bit of fear, but the acquisition was actually good news, not bad news. So they did give an opportunity for people to catch it close to 20 cents. So this gave the company assets including factory, and recently also it's acquired Bollinger, so that's also very, very positive. But in terms of why the stock is going down, we're going to have a look at reasons for that. So I'm now going to share with you a post from Ortex. So let's have a look at this post from Ortex. So we can see here just a few hours ago they posted here, our investigation into unusual lending data is ongoing, but there are some preliminary findings. Thus so far GameStop GME was not the only affected stock, but the most prominent stock that exhibited unusual data. Something's going on, whether it's the market makers, the hedge funds, or people behind the scenes. There is lots of unusual lending data, but what I've highlighted at the bottom, that this also affects MULN, Mullen Automotive. So this is looking at something that may be one of the reasons why Mullen Automotive certainly seems to be trading at a price which indicates that is very significantly undervalued. I'm now going to share with you a headline from Yahoo Finance. So this is dated October the 27th. So it states here, Clean Tech and Climate Change Podcast, EV Stocks, the the growth story continues. So this has also featured Mullen Automotive in this article, so let's have a look at what they've stated. And what we can see here, confirmation that the company have recently secured exclusive sales, distribution, branding rights and new compact urban delivery electric vehicle, which is known by the IGO. So this was featured in the previous video. And the excellent news with regard to this is fully EU standard homologated and certified for sale in select European markets. And what I'm personally pleased about is that this will be available also in the United Kingdom, which other EV companies, especially the Chinese ones, have not yet got anywhere near to. So significant advantage here for Mullen Automotive. So obviously the IGO bridges the gap between the growing demand for quick deliveries and space constraints found throughout the streets of and cities of Europe. So demand is going to be high, and what's also very, very pleasing about this, the IGO, is that it has a 96-inch wheelbase, 16.5 kilowatt battery pack, curb weight 1,753 pounds, but also has a good range of 124 miles. But I think what's the most attractive thing about it is it's priced at a very affordable $11,999 plus VAT. And in the final part of the article, we can see here that the company is going to be obviously looking at in terms of cargo vans. That's the next thing that they're going to be focused on, the class 1 and 2 EV cargo vans. And these was also part of the majority acquisition of Bollinger. And in the interview, they stated that they have acquired a 60% investment and ownership of Bollinger. So that portfolio includes class 3 and class 6 commercial vehicles. So certainly the future looks very, very bright for Mullen Automotive. Finally, I would like to share 2 more posts. So the first one here is from the company, and that is with regard to the tour. And this stating here is pre-orders of the Mullen 5 quadruple as we begin day 2 of our strikingly different tour. So with regard to the pre-orders, what they're saying here is that these have quadrupled. So exceptional post there. And the other shout out I'd like to give to here is to Sarah, and she attended this event, and she said, I cannot express enough how beautiful this car is. You all need to see it. Pictures don't do it justice. First class treatment with the Mullen team. So check out Sarah's post there. So let's now have a look at the chart for Mullen Automotive. So this is for the previous 5 days. Over the previous 5 days, it is up close to 7%. And there has been today been a little bit of a sell-off with regard to market conditions. But I think this also represents a good opportunity to either average down or make an investment initially here into Mullen Automotive. Finally, I'd like to give a quick shout out here to our Stock Alerts channel. So this is something that we share exclusively prior to trading with the Discord members. One of the stocks where you can see that we called out is ticker symbol PINS, expecting good news with regard to earnings. So if you would like to get access to our weekly watch list and our daily stock alerts, you can certainly consider joining us in our Discord. Details and information in the description below. Thank you very much for watching. Please stay tuned.